Hi everybody, I'm back. This is an introduction to Chapter 5B, which is Psychological Trait Theories. I'm on page 60 of the Criminological Theories Outline and Summary. Again, the beginning of this section is simply an outline of the chapter, which some people find really helpful to look at before they read the chapter. Let's see. Psychological trait theories obviously is the second group of trait theories that we're covering. Here again, the focus is on the individual level, and it is something more than it's a positivist theory. It's saying we can understand crime by looking beyond just crime being a simple matter of choice. Among the, in this chapter or this subchapter, we will look at there are actually six groups of psychological trait theories. So it's quite a crowded field. The major concepts are stated here. And we will look at first, you will see, as in this follows along with the textbook, psychodynamic theory, also called psychoanalytical theory, which focuses on the unconscious mental processes that develop in childhood involving the interaction of the id, the ego, and superego. For those of you who are psychology majors or maybe even minors, this might be familiar territory for you. And there is criticism, certainly. Freud's theories of psychoanalytical theory or psychodynamic theory was not subjected to evidence-based research. And more contemporary views tend to look at chemical imbalances in the brain as perhaps in combination with our early childhood experience, but not as it was presented in Freudian psychology. The second theory, the second group, is attachment theory, and this is a familiar concept for those of you who have taken sociology. And it is pretty simply that the ability to form an emotional attachment or a trusting relationship with another person is a critical component in mental health and well-being, pro-social behavior throughout and across the lifespan. The third group or branch is behavior theories. And we will see this is an instance where what we're covering in psychological trait theory is also going to emerge in a very nearly identical, but not totally identical way in another category. And in the instance of behavior theories or social learning theory, also known as behavior modeling theory, this will appear as one group in social process theories in Chapter 7. And social learning theory is, as the name suggests, that we learn human behavior, both positive and negative, modeled by other people, starting with parents, siblings, friends, certainly as we develop and become more social, and also through the media, that the images portrayed in video games, in music lyrics, in videos that movies and television shows, according to social learning theory, people take on or start acting like the people that they've seen, and the thoughts and the attitudes that go into the behavior, which is either modeled by adults in our own personal life, or peers or siblings, or in the case of the media, through one of the many media sources. So behavior modeling and social learning theory go hand in hand. The fourth group is cognitive theory or cognitive development theory, and here we see a reconnection to the neuropsychological or neuroscientific group in biological and biosocial trait theories. Neurocognitive disorders are focus on mental processes by which people perceive and understand the world around them and then solve problems or react to situations, and how people process information, how they store it, how they retrieve it, and the neurocognitive disorder that is connected with this includes individuals who do not have the ability to process information accurately or in a timely fashion. The fifth group is intelligence, and this is a very controversial area, as we saw some controversy in the last chapter with the evolutionary theory. Here again, the connection is there a connection between low intelligence and crime? This is a very unsettled, unanswered question currently, and the interplay with social process theories and social structure theories, poverty, nutrition, social modeling, parenting styles, the quality of daycare, all kinds of things play into the development of intelligence, which may be or is recognized to be not exclusively a genetically based phenomenon. The sixth group is psychological or mental traits, and within that there are 9 groups or branches. These come from the Diagnostic Statistical Manual, which is used in psychiatry, psychology for diagnosing and treating individuals with psychological or emotional disruption. The first group within the psychological mental traits, characteristics, or disorders are a cluster of disorders which relate to disruption, impulse control. Those include conduct disorder, oppositional defiant disorder, intermittent explosive disorder, antisocial personality disorder, which is also part of the personality disorder subgroup as well. Pyromania, kleptomania. Pyromania is fire setting. Kleptomania is stealing. Personality disorders have found a pretty strong voice in a number of different crime theories, and the role that personality plays in an individual's interactions with others and problem-solving skills and decision-making skills. Within the personality disorder type group, there are 10 separate personality disorders. The one most highly correlated with criminality, deviance, and antisocial behavior is antisocial personality disorder. But there are certainly some crossover characteristics between and among these separate personality disorders. Antisocial personality disorders today is called antisocial personality disorder. It might be referred to as a psychopath or a sociopath. The antisocial personality characteristics are people who are impulsive. They are self-centered. They think about themselves and often have the inability to empathize or understand what it would be like to be the person, another person, and therefore they dehumanize their behavior, including criminal and violent behavior. There are tests which are used to diagnose whether or not a person fits within the psychological antisocial personality disorder. This is one of those tests that's called psychopathy checklist. And you can see here that there are behaviors. This is a behavior-based diagnosis. Anxiety disorders, which include separation, selective mutism, social anxiety disorder, panic disorder, is another subtype of psychological disorders. Then depressive disorders, major depression, and oppositional defiant disorder, which is described above. The fifth subgroup is bipolar disorder, formerly called manic depression. In the Diagnostic Statistical Manual, it is referred as bipolar 1, bipolar 2. The sixth subgroup or subtype within the psychological disorder branch or group is schizophrenia spectrum and other psychotic disorders. And 7 is trauma, including post-traumatic stress disorder. 8 is substance-related addictive disorders, so that's alcohol and other drugs. It includes marijuana, includes inhalants, stimulants, sedatives, hallucinogens. And the 9th subgroup is neurodevelopment, and here again, the neurodevelopment disorder subgroup in psychological trait theories category and psychological disorder branch or group connects with the biological and biosocial trait theory category, specifically the neurocognitive and neurodevelopment conditions. So some checkpoints here. Again, it's individual focused. Obviously, crime control policies here again designed to prevent crime or deviance, reduce it, or effectively respond to it, are not going to focus on punishment, since you cannot punish a person out of a psychological trait. It requires treatment, therapy, counseling, sometimes medication, assessment for risk of self-harm and harm to others. Again, incapacitation is sometimes required in order for individual self-safety as well as safety of others. Parenting, good parenting and family programs to help parents understand their important roles, the challenges of raising children, and the skills and practices that have been evidence-based practices and best parenting practices to not eliminate but to reduce risks and increase protective factors. So those are the focus there. After we finish with the second part of Chapter 5, we're going to move into a whole new group. It's called Sociological Theories of Crime. Here the focus won't be on the individual, rather it will be on society, where we live, where we work, where we play, broader social influences rather than inside the individual. It's influences outside the individuals that are brought to bear. We will have our go at 4 different categories within the sociological theories of crime. And those are social structure theories in Chapter 6. Then we'll go to social process theories in 7, social conflict theories in 8, and developmental or integrated theories in Chapter 9. So you can see here there's a video to get you ready for that, and I hope that you'll watch that before you engage with or embark upon the reading of Chapter 6. I hope this has been helpful, and I look forward to hearing from you as we move closer on the project of the group case study report. I did send out an email on that with a suggestion, and please know I'm here to help. Please reach out. Thanks, everybody. Take good care. Bye now.